on the road again. I can't wait to get on that road again. What's going on, people? This is Crazy D. This is the film review on the road. The film review on the road. I'm standing here with Suave Goddi, the legend of Cleveland, Ohio. So we went through that history. Let's go back, let's pull it forward. So 84, you heard UTFO, and you said, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I didn't, it was like, I couldn't explain it, man. Rap I heard prior to that, you know, Run DMC was out. Like I said,
That didn't move you?
Not like that.
So you saying the UTFO was the one that
was the deal sealer.
Pen and pad.
That was the deal sealer. They sealed the deal. UTFO, Roxanne sealed the deal. Everything else was cool. It was just some fun. It was just fun. Prior to 84, rap was just something fun to do every once in a while. But after I heard Roxanne, I knew that, well, I know what my career is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the message didn't do it for you?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, it made me write my first rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So
my first story. Let me say that. Yeah, I wrote my first rhyme, my first story with the message probably inspired that.
Mm-hmm.
But I still didn't feel like I was gonna do no rapper off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So what made you decide to become entrepreneurial? Instead of searching out a deal, you come out with vinyl in 85.
Well, no, we came up with vinyl in 87.
87, and then you come out in 80.
And 95.
95.
Well, in 87, I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was, you know, so at the time I was like the youngest rapper in Cleveland who was getting like what was kind of like major label attention, but it was local. But you couldn't tell nobody in Cleveland it was local because it was everybody was hearing it on the radio because the people who had put me out at the time, King Street and you know, these guys had a lot of money because this was in the crack era. And this was like not even young dudes, it's like older guy selling tons of you know drugs, and he put together a record label, and the DJ that he had DJing one of his bars over there on Union, King Street had a bar on Union. One of his DJs, which was Chic, DJ Chic, he had a friend who stayed around the corner from him, which was Andre Dumas, who went by the name of Jazziness. He was a graffiti artist and he was a producer. And I switched to go to West Tech because 10th grade I was at South High. That's when I started to practice my freestyling. And I got dogged by these Sean Gibbons, super shout out to him, that's my homeboy right now, and a dude named Eric, who was following me around. I was acting like I could freestyle. I write down stuff and I would go around and I would do the New York thing. Mm-hmm. And I walk into the room, lunchroom one day or whatever, study hall, and they was over there rapping. These same two dudes that used to follow me around and would be like, bust a rap, and I'd bust a rap. They'd be acting like they, you know, liking me. I seen them in the study hall with some girls around and they was rapping. I walked over to two there and then they started dissing me and I didn't know how to really freestyle, so that hurt my feelings. So I went and got a rhyming dictionary and I spent the whole rest of the year at South High, 10th grade, to try to get Sean Gibbons and Eric back. I didn't catch up to Sean, I caught up to Eric, and I dismantled him in front of the South High. So now my thing was up now. Whatever that word was up now. My confidence was up now since I done did that. And then I ran into Bango, the B-Boy Outlaw, the next year. So my first loss was in 85. My second loss was in 86. Bango used to see me out in the street. He was wearing pink. He would see me. We would walk past each other. I had heard about Bango. I seen him out freestyling. You know what I'm saying? And when he would walk past me out in the street when I was seeing him, like one day he was walking down Miles, he was walking towards the mall, I'm coming from the mall. What up, yo? I said, what's up, Bang? Boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking that made us cool and never would be rivalries. One day I'm at Woodhill Park, me, TLC, we up there rapping. Bango comes out of nowhere, starts taking us apart, talking about us. So this is reminding me like what happened when I was at South High. Like, I thought we was cool, then you just come out of nowhere and just start talking. So it wasn't we were rapping and he started just talking about me. No, it was just he walked up and, look at this bum, and I'm like, where the hell did this come from? And at the time, yo, I was all on this LL thing, so all my lyrics was like all these big words, right? So I'm trying to come back at him with big words, and he was just simple and was tearing me apart. So I'm coming with, you know, elation and division and dispation in it. And he coming at me, look at your shoes, you got magic marker on them and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because one of his words was like, who you think you is, Peter Parker? Look at your shoes, you got magic marker. And I had wrote on them with magic marker. So this is what he was doing. And
that's crazy, because that's a style, actually.
I mean,
magic
yeah,
marker.
but I was just saying at the time, everybody was laughing. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was laughing. And I didn't have any, so whenever somebody disrespect you, in battle rap and they laugh at you, then you want somebody to laugh back at them. I was unable to make them laugh back at him because all I had was these rhymes that showed that I could rhyme, but I couldn't really diss. Like, okay. So now I'm spending my whole next year before '87 trying to learn how to battle rap with anger because I'm pissed off at Bango. And I caught up to him and we went at it and it even got physical, and I thought that, yeah, you know, I thought that we was enemies after that, because I done kicked him a couple of times and then ran and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking.
So this is the early. This was where 86. It wasn't just on wax.
Yeah, it was.
It was real. It was street. It
yeah.
was street shit. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm figuring we enemies, right? Like boom. Even my boy Vaughn tells me like 5 years ago, you know, once because we was on the, you know, music was out, I'm popping, boom, boom, boom. He said, you know, Bango was standing by us one day, man, and he said Bango was like, man, I ought to spit on him. Talking about me, I didn't hear nothing of this. Vaughn said he told him, Vaughn said he showed him his gun, like, you see this gun, you do it and I'm gonna shoot you. That's what he told him. So he told me this like some years, like 5 years ago. Like I was like, oh, okay. Because I mean, it would have definitely been popping in some form or fashion if that would have happened. Mm-hmm. But all I remember in my mind, you know, it's crazy because if you go back and you look at the stats, Bango was crazy. I mean, I got a Source magazine where it's like all these different people in New York. They like, what is the most memorable thing you remember in hip hop? And I'm reading it, and one of the DJs was like, this dude from Cleveland, Bango The B-Boy Outlaw, had punched a taxi cab driver in New York in his face and jumped out and was, and I was like, oh, I know Bango, right? So, but anyway, so Bango, you know, he's a character. Super shout out to Bango. But those are what was motivating me as I went along. Sergio and Shakespeare in Warrensville, rapping and freestyling in the Randall Park Mall with crowds around him, with Goddi, DJ Goddi standing here, and Stereo was beatboxing for him, and it was like, this is what was happening, and I seen these girls and people standing around, and I was like, I need to do that. I need to know how to be able to rap so good I can draw a crowd. So, '87, they put my music out, King Street and them, and
throw in how they discovered.
Okay, well, what happened was, I had made a song. Well, I had wrote a song called The Pink Panther. I don't know, for some reason one day I was watching The Pink Panther and I was in my mind was to write The Pink Panther. Then when I met Andre Dumas at West Tech, because when I went to the 11th grade, I signed up to go to West Tech. So I typed horticulture in. That's how I got to go to West Tech. I got to go to South. Neither one of these was the schools I was supposed to go to. I got to go to South High in 10th grade, which started me off because I put horticulture, which is with dealing with plants. That's how I went to South. At the end of the year, they sent this paper. It had the school I was supposed to go to at the top, which was John Marshall. Then it had West Tech, and it said wood shop, and I could stay at South. I was like, nah, I had enough of South. Let me go to West Tech. That's when I met Jazziness, who had Levant, who worked for King Street, was a big drug dealer who had started a record label. And Jazziness, Andre Dumas, made me a beat. I took the Pink Panther, and I had been listening to Just Ice, Hip Hop Gangster, and I was like, I like this. So I got rid of the Panther and I put Gangster. It became the Pink Gangster. And I wrote the song. Dre gave me a beat. They wanted to try out rap at the record label. They really were trying to put out R&B people. It was a dude named Rayvon Taylor, I think that's his name, who they were really getting ready to push. But Rayvon killed somebody. It's an R&B dude, right, on the label. He killed somebody, he go to jail. So they're like, well, we got to put another project out. So they grabbed, Miss Beverly had a group of girls, rest in peace to Miss Beverly, who had to join music, and they were coming out with a song called, I think it's Your Occupation. So they were getting ready to put that record out, and they was like, we need something on the flip side. So my homeboy Sheik offered them, the song that me and Dre had made, the Pink Gangster, and they went ahead and signed me. Even though I was 17 years old and didn't know at the time that your parents have to sign, or it's not a real signing, but I didn't know at the time. So I signed, they put the song on the backside, and it was just supposed to be like a test run, because they were really pushing It's Your Occupation. It's Your Occupation did not blow up. The Pink Gangster did. Mm-hmm. So they basically took the record and they flipped it in the record stores. They took it and they would, it went from It's Your Occupation to the Pink Gangster. And that's basically how that started. And from there, I started recognizing that, because this King Street guy, he had money, for real money, right? I mean, this dude had a cell phone in a briefcase, in 87, 86. So he had money. He would open up a briefcase, have money in there. Sometimes I said, can I get something? He might grab me, throw me a couple of dollars, whatever. But when I started recognizing, I was riding the bus, after my song was out, I'm riding the bus with fly girls that I couldn't get till I made the record. But after I made the record, I'll holler at them like to get them. I'm here catching the bus with these girls. And the dope boys is riding by honking their horns. I'm saying in my mind, I need some money, man. They're like, yeah, just keep hanging on in there, keep waiting, you're going to get paid. I don't know what's going on. I don't know you're supposed to be doing shows. I don't know that, the record sales ain't tallied up yet. All I know is I thought rappers had cars and money. Okay, so here I'm heading to Scandinavian off of my man Tony Fisher. At that time had gave me his card so I could go me plus one to Scandinavian. So I'm 17 years old waiting on the bus with the girl here, trying to get to Scandinavian to sit in their sauna, like, because I'm a rapper, wearing this pink, but I ain't got no money, ain't got no car. So somebody, I forgot who told me, somebody said, Suave, if your parents ain't signed, you're not really signed. I said, what? They said, if your parents ain't signed, you're not really signed. I said, oh, I'm about to tell them I quit. So they had a studio set for me. They brought in a full band for this next song I was about to do called This French Lover. That's what I was, because French and all this stuff was kind of popping at that time. So this was supposed to be like my LL's I Need Love type of thing, right? So Dre done put together a beat, and I go to the studio to do the song. They got a full band in there playing some stuff that just to me didn't sound like hip hop. I said, I ain't rapping to that. They said, yes, you here. We done brought in this person. We got this budget going. I said, man, I quit. I went in the other room. I took Vaughn in the other room. I took Dre in the other room. I said, hey, man, I ain't feeling this. It's like, Suave, you the leader, man. Whatever you want to do. It was called Executives Only. We went in another room. I said, I quit. And then when we went to Reginald Bailey's house, wherever Reginald is, shout out to Reginald Bailey, that was my manager at the time. We went to his house and we was just stealing all types of stuff out of his house. We took the poster off his wall, took his turntable, all this stuff. I got a call from him the next day. You're gonna owe this and this and this for the turntable. You owe this. We on the phone laughing. And that was the last time we talked to Reginald Bailey. So after that, I knew that I needed to know It's more about the business, so that I would not have to go through something like that again. That's basically where the whole entrepreneur thing started, you know. I was like, yeah.
So was there a time in between 87, because you're getting your freestyle bones up, right? The radio is happening now, because college radio is starting to get big in the 90s, and you're on the college radio started coming in. Was there a time between 87 to 95 where there was like a doldrum period because of the relationship between those two guys that you had to shake, so you decided to build yourself another way?
Well, yeah. Well, so what happened? Yeah. So what happened?
Because that's always in the hero's journey. There's a
yeah. That would be 89. Well, actuality, that would be 88 to 91. So from 88 to 91, I got a little commercial gig to do, wrote a rap for something going on at the arcade downtown, had my crew behind me. So it was just little stuff like that. But I didn't really have anything popping because I didn't know what to do, how to do. And so at that period, 1990, so we'll say from 88, I'm working now, I'm graduated, 88 to 89 and 90. I just want to, I'm just trying to just have girls all over the place. I'm figuring, that's basically, I done skipped over the damn rap, and I'm thinking maybe if I got girls all over the place, it's like I'm living like a rapper, I guess, right? So that eventually started getting boring. Like, so what, I got this is boring. So I'm out in the street and I hear people like, man, Atlanta's popping, Atlanta doing this, Atlanta doing that, da, 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 da. So I'm like, man, I'm moving to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I was 20 years old, I was staying with a 33-year-old at the time lady, and I was, I'm like, man, I'm getting up out of here, man. I'm too young to be doing all this, you know what I'm saying? So I saluted to her and told all the other girls or whatever, I'm out, and I moved to Atlanta in 91. And when I moved to Atlanta in 91, I was introduced to The Illusion. That's when I first seen The Illusion.
Okay. And, wait, let's break right there. The Illusion, people. Give us the definition of what the quote-unquote illusion is.
The illusion is the hype that Chuck D was talking about when he said, don't believe the hype. The illusion is how marketing and mass marketing and media, how they feed ego. It's how you keep people. That's the illusion is where you see how you can take anybody and make them appear to be a star, a celebrity. The illusion, the illusion. Once you understand the illusion, all you need is people who can follow instructions. And then, hey, you can follow instructions, then we can make you appear to be the biggest star like anybody and everybody. I seen that in Atlanta. When I went to Atlanta, I seen that the illusion really is, if you put in the work, the hard work, like Jadakiss, Kevin Durant said, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Okay. But the thing about it is, when we were coming up, visually you want to see the talent. That's what we want to see. You want to see the talent. You want to see the talented actor. You want to see the talented rapper. You want to see the talented dancer. You want to see the talented graffiti artist. You want to see the talented DJ. That's what you want to see. But the illusion says if you outwork these talented people, then you can receive the accolades that they receive it even though they're talented. Okay? So you don't have to be as talented as them. You outwork them. because they so caught up in there, oh, I'm talented, like, you know, like the world cares. And the illusion is all about marketing. Illusion is how do you sell ice to an Eskimo twice and charge him a high price. The illusion is selling the sizzle, not the steak. While the people who have good steaks are mad and hating and talking about his steak don't even taste as good as my steak. His steak, and you might be right, but because I know how people think and I'm playing on how they think with the illusion, they're buying my steak more than they're buying your better tasting steak because I'm selling the illusion.
And you say that when you went to Atlanta,
I saw the illusion. I seen people who weren't all that talented, but they had the connection. They knew how to, you know, talk and put on the game face. Stuff that I didn't see Clevelanders do. We were always bad at the game face. We were always, but then when I went to Atlanta,
I'm not about to what? We're bad about the
you know,
people.
bad about.
I'm not gonna do.
I'm not, you know. How we said, if
on the road again, I can't wait to get on that road again. What's going on, people? This is Crazy D. This is the film review on the road.